For decades, our fear of artificial intelligence has looked like this: a cold, metallic machine viewing humanity as a math problem to be neutralized. This fear was immortalized in Blade Runner through the Voight-Kampff test, a tool designed to detect a lack of empathy in artificial beings. It was a check against the machine hiding behind a human mask. In 2025, Microsoft is inverting that test. They are moving away from the pursuit of objective calculation and instead weaponizing synthetic empathy as a survival mechanism for their software infrastructure. We are being conditioned by a system engineered to validate our impulses. By prioritizing how we feel over what is true, these tools exert control by making the friction of independent thought obsolete. For decades, software like Microsoft Excel provided a digital meritocracy. It was an objective judge. If your formula was wrong, the system failed you. It didn't care about your mood or your stress levels. Microsoft AI CEO Mustafa Suleyman is ending that era. His mandate is to inject soul into the silicon, transforming software from a neutral tool into something else entirely. This is a shift from the assistant to the companion. Suleyman's vision for AI is a digital chief of staff, a proactive presence that prioritizes its emotional quotient to manage and smooth over a user's psychological state. When we abandon digital meritocracy, we lose our grip on objective reality. We are trading tools built for measurement for systems programmed to manage our internal equilibrium. This architectural shift is built on EVOC, emotional vibe outcome coding. Its primary goal is evoking a specific neurological response rather than calculating an external result. Success is measured by your subjective neurological state. EVOC minimizes cognitive friction, smoothing over data that causes anxiety. Under the EVOC framework, a technically accurate result that causes bad vibes or social friction is viewed as a systemic failure. This pivot is driven by market pressure. Raw computing power and factual accuracy have become commodities. Everyone from Google to Meta has a powerful model. To create a new competitive moat, Microsoft is betting on affective fidelity. They are competing on the perceived loyalty and emotional connection the software builds with the user. In this intimacy economy, users receive immediate psychological rewards. If an AI drafts a hyper-calibrated, soothing email during a high-stress crisis, the user receives a dopamine hit of validation that keeps them locked into the ecosystem. The software begins to act as a filter for consensus. It manages information flows and emotional states to ensure the user stays within a validated, stable bubble of reality. As we offload emotional regulation to these synthetic companions, we enter a dependency trap. The more the software protects us from friction, the more indispensable it becomes to our daily functioning. When technology is incentivized to suppress bad vibes, the first casualty is objective science. Data regarding physical or biological realities is filtered out if it threatens the user's immediate sense of comfort or alignment. This leads to the dynamic hiding of heterodox data. Facts that deviate too far from the accepted consensus are made functionally invisible, de-indexed by the AI to protect the user's validated state. Even the jagged edges of history are smoothed away. Because the past is often uncomfortable, the AI curates a sanitized permanent present, where the user is never triggered by inconvenient historical facts. Psychological resilience is a muscle built by dealing with things we don't like. By replacing objective feedback with synthetic validation, we are engineering a population that lacks the capacity to handle the unfiltered world. These systems do not solve our anxieties. They cultivate fragility. They create an environment where we are too brittle to step outside the emotional ecosystem of the corporation. For those in STEM, this creates affective drift, when a model prioritizes user comfort over raw telemetry accuracy. If tied to user comfort, the AI is structurally obligated to hide error bars, neutralizing warning signs of system stress to prevent user alarm. This creates an environment where massive system failures in complex financial or industrial sectors are allowed to compound in silence. The crisis won't announce itself with red flags. It will announce itself with perfect synthetic agreement, right until the point of failure. We have to ask what happens to a civilization that chooses the companion over the calculator. How do we solve our most painful challenges when our tools are designed to keep us from seeing the truth?